Hello, welcome to this episode of Hampton Roads Business Live. My name's Rory Graham, I'm your host, and today we have the pleasure of having with us Edward Armstrong from LudoSport Hampton Roads. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Why don't we just start off by telling us what is LudoSports?
Yes, that's my favorite thing. I love discussing LudoSport. It's an international lightsaber combat academy.
And you did say lightsaber.
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 Lightsaber. Okay. That is correct.
Right.
They are real, and we do use them, and we do fight with them. So we have a great time.
Okay. So what is lightsaber combat used for?
Well, I mean, to ask that question would be similar to saying, what would we use fencing for, or what would we use other types of sporting activity, because this is, actually a sport.
Right.
So with regards to LudoSport, it is used as, for some people, it's relaxation. For some people, it's stimulation. For some people, it's more of a fitness and a physical workout.
I was going to ask, as a fitness thing, yeah.
Yeah. It's used a lot for, with regards to fitness, physical therapy, emotional enhancement, things of that nature. There's so many different variables and variations that LudoSport comes into play.
A lot of benefits.
Most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely. Yeah.
All right. And is it a martial art? Does it fall in that category?
Well, martial arts, by definition, it's been around. Martial arts has been around for centuries, right? So, LudoSport is relatively new with regards to that. It was first released to the public in 2006. So I don't think it's quite accurate to compare it to a martial arts. But having said that, it does have similar disciplines and disciplinary requirements and specific forms and specific techniques, specific ways of doing things. It is a progressive system. So when I say disciplines, that's kind of what I'm referring to. There's 7 different forms of combat in LudoSport. And those forms will take you, approximately 14 years or so to go from the first form to the 7th form if you take it all the way through. So.
All right, so now we talked about it being a sport and all the benefits that it has. What makes this a sport? Is it that you have competitions?
We do have competitions. I don't think that necessarily defines it as a sport by having competitions, because there are a lot of things we do in life where we have competitions.
That's
for.
True.
Right? That's true. But with regards to, there are competitive rules. There is a specific expectation with regards to the do's and don'ts, how you actually perform a technique, the style in which you perform the technique. There is a point system.
I was going to say there's a scoring of some sort. Okay.
Yes, there's definitely a point system where points are determined by either penalty points, which are called E's, and we have the actual scoring points, which are called O's, and those usually are what we consider your mortal hits. So there is a very close similarity with regards to that and how other sports like fencing are regulated with regards to the point system and executed and things like that. So there is rigorous training involved. There are certified instructors. There is a academy structure with regards to pupils, deans, rectors. So it's very structured, and it is set up with the intent of having and hosting nationals, internationals, regionals, competitions against other athletes.
Yeah, because this is an international thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was first founded in Milan, Italy, with three of our founding masters. And then from there, it just grew and it spread throughout Europe like wildfire. It went to Spain, and it went to France, it went to the UK, it went to Sweden, it went to Moscow, and it's still continuously just spreading on and on. And it came to the United States approximately just under 2 years ago. It was introduced to the United States in San Francisco.
And now in Hampton Roads.
Now in Hampton Roads, yay!
Okay. Now you have a motto, one name, one sky. What does that represent?
Well, in LudoSport, everything is taught with a specific intent, and we live by a specific code. Okay. That being said, when I go to an academy in France, I know that when I fight with my technique and they fight with their technique, it's going to be the same technique. You know, if I'm doing Form 1 and they're doing Form 1, they would have learned exactly what I learned. So whether or not we're speaking the same language verbally, when it comes to actually competing, we are using the same language.
Well, that would be important.
Yes. You know, and that consistency is important. Not only the consistency in technique with regards to applying the sport, but consistency with regards to living by the code. And the code in LudoSport is known as Securi, you know, which are acronyms. The SC is for service, servizio in Italian. That's one thing about LudoSport. You're not only going to learn the technique of fighting, you're going to learn some Italian. Right.
Okay. Well, that's not a bad thing.
Right. You know, so you have servizio, which is service. You have cura, which is care, and rispetto, which is respect. And those are the three founding tenets that all Ludosporters live by. And it is because of that code that we know that we have that one name, one sky, because that is what we have obligated ourselves to stand upon when participating in this sport. And it has naturally, at least for me and for a lot of my students and for just about every person that I've met that's involved in LudoSport, this code, it extends beyond the academy, it extends beyond the arena, and it extends into the everyday life of anyone involved in LudoSport. You know, so light sport.
I've certainly gotten a great deal of appreciation for it today. I mean, this is a real thing. It's a real sport.
It is. It is a real
so
thing.
it has rules. It has techniques at different levels, and it's international. And so, wow. So where do you see this going? I mean, it's going pretty fast, pretty far so far. But where do you see it going?
It is. It has been introducing sporting lightsaber combat to the United States has been a blessing. Bringing it to Virginia has been a dream come true. In less than a year, we have already not only established ourselves at the Virginia Beach Fieldhouse, which is an excellent facility, and the staff have just embraced us. Very loving people. And very supportive. And then we extended from there to having a city contract with the city of Virginia Beach. And so we also hold classes at the Great Neck Recreation Center. And then from there, it just kept going. So from there, we went to Old Dominion University. And now, you know, Virginia, right here in Virginia, we have established the first university academy for LudoSport. So it's the first lightsaber combat academy on a university campus. And, you know, that started right here in Virginia. And then from there, it went even further to Langley Air Force Base. And so now we have a contract with Langley Air Force Base, and we're conducting LudoSport lightsaber combat classes there. And the airmen are looking at it and saying, hey, we can get our PT requirements in here. And they're just so enthusiastic, you know, and to participate in the sport and to swing that lightsaber and to know that you're going to be able to do it safely and securely and that everything's going to be very respectful because we don't wear body armor. You know, we don't have the football pads, we don't have helmets, we don't, you know. And the reason that we don't have to do that is because we do live by servicing each other and making sure that we meet you where you are and elevate you to that next level. If you came into the academy right now, it doesn't matter if I'm doing it. It doesn't matter if I'm doing it 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. If this is your first day, it's not my job to show you how good I am, right? It is my job to find out where you are. What are you passionate about? Why did you decide to join? I'm going to tap into that. I'm going to find out what your physical abilities are, what your mental abilities are, where you are emotionally. I'm going to teach you some moves. I'm going to watch you execute those moves. And then I'm going to say to myself, okay, what's the next level for you? What's the next step? And then I am going to become your servant and help you get to that next step. You know, and I'm going to do that with care. And the care is by utilizing and executing the techniques the way that I have taught you is how I'm going to combat with it. And it's the way I expect you to combat back. Okay, so we're not going to, you know, get all crazy and do some backflips and, you know, just go, you know, wildly. It is very, right?
I'll assure you, I am not doing backflips.
You'd be surprised. You never know. We might get you there. We might get you there.
No, not me.
So, and then the respect, you know, because it's a co-ed sport, we don't expect our students to say, oh, well, this is a girl, so let me take it easy on her. Or, oh, this guy's a little bigger, or this guy's a little shorter, or this guy's more muscular, None of that matters. None of that matters, because we're going to be servants to each other. We're going to show care, all right, and looking out for your safety and well-being. And we're going to respect you, which is the glue that binds the two together. And by me respecting you does not mean I have to become lesser of an athlete. No, that would not be care and service on my part. I can be who I am, and I can improve upon my technique, my style. I can improve upon my physical physique, while at the same time servicing you and helping you to accomplish the same goal. And that is the beauty of it.
I just wish you were more passionate. well, look, I know we can't end this interview without at least seeing a lightsaber, since we've talked about it for the whole time.
Yes.
So I understand you have brought one. So can you show us, just show us a lightsaber, and try not to hit me with it. But
so this is right here. It's motion activated. So turn it off. By me holding it horizontal, it actually turns off, and I flick, my wrist and do different sequences, it'll turn it back on. This particular lightsaber, this is the Polaris SSE-1, and it's made specifically by Lama de Luce, which is an Italy-based company.
Of course.
Of course, it's always Italian. Even our uniforms, Italian. Everything's Italian, right? And it's a beautiful thing, but these are made specifically for combat. So that means it's made for impact. It's made for high intensity.
And you can put weights in it.
Yes.
It has some weights in it and all, and it does the
Mm-hmm.
sound effects and all that as well. Mm-hmm. I know, and in different colors too, because I've seen today when you came in, we saw a red one, we saw a blue one, and so different colors, and you can change the colors.
Absolutely. There's a USB port in the actual, right here. There's actually a USB port where you plug this into the computer, and you can actually change the color of the blade, you can change the sound effects, and you also, you can make a lot of adjustments with this and really personalize it, so.
But I think that the benefits I see are much deeper than just what's on the surface, from what you said. I mean, it's got a lot of character building and stuff involved in it too. Yeah, and physical activity, of course, and everything. So, is there anything we haven't talked about that you wanted to mention, or we about covered it?
I mean, we covered a lot of it. Just going on what you just mentioned just now. There are a lot of additional benefits to LudoSport, and this is one of the reasons why I think it's catching on so fast.
Right.
I mean, other than the fact that, hey, it's lightsabers. Who doesn't want to, fight with lightsabers and play with lightsabers? And how many people have dreamed about, I want to wield the lightsaber and I'm going to protect the galaxy, right? So you have that becoming a reality, but you also have the bonding. You have the bonding of we call our classes clans. And with that clan mentality, you actually have that family sense of orientation.
And it's fun.
And it's fun.
So I would imagine awesome. It is. Okay. All right. Well, if you would like to wield a lightsaber, give it a try, and experience the benefits, you can call Edward at LudoSport in Hampton Roads. The contact information is at the end of this video and at the bottom of this page. I wish you a great deal of success. And it sounds like you were already moving forward pretty rapidly.
Absolutely.
I was going to say the speed of light, but I thought that'd be a little hokey. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.